This episode of WDW Today is being sponsored by All Star Vacation Homes. And hey, if you're looking for a great deal on a great place to stay, look no further than All Star Vacation Homes. They've got great homes to stay at that can vary in almost any amenity you need. Perhaps you're looking for 3 bedrooms and you want a private pool. That's it. That's all you need. You know what? They've got it for you. But maybe you're saying, you know what? I got to beat out that Testa guy. I want everything. I want to make Len feel inadequate where I'm staying. You know what? Yes, Len.
You know what the house needs to make me feel to make it feel like I don't have something. I realized today the one gadget I don't have: an automatic whipped cream dispenser.
I bet you if you ask for an automatic whipped cream dispenser and they say Matt Hochberg said you could get one, they would consider getting one for you.
I would put nothing past the people at All Star Vacation Homes.
That's right. So check them out online at www.allstarvacationhomes.com.
Bringing the world to your world, this is Walt Disney World Today. Here are Mike Scopa, Len Testa, Mike Newell, and your host, Matt Hochberg.
It's Friday, March 4th, 2011, and this is episode 846 of WDW Today. I'm Matt Hochberg of StudioCentral.com. Joining me on today's show is Len Testa, co-author of The Unofficial Guide to Walt Disney World. Welcome to the show, Len.
Matt, today at Starbucks, I said, watch this to a kid and sink a 20-foot jump shot with a napkin into the trash can.
Mommy, this guy is bothering me.
I did a victory lap on the Starbucks. I think I actually jumped up and down. It was awesome.
Nice. Also joining us on today's show is Mike Newell of Mouse World Radio. Welcome to the show, Mike.
Yo, what's happening, kid? That's how we talk in the hood.
Like that to everybody that calls. It's very... You just get used to it after a while.
I go, Mom, stop calling me.
And also joining us on today's show is Mike Scopa, a senior feature writer and blogger for alleears.net. Welcome, Mike.
This Coliseum cruiser is fit for the gods. Truly glorious. Caesar's wife has one.
Worlds of Motion.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Right.
It's fun to be free, to be on the move, to go anywhere. Matt's favorite song.
Start the show, quick.
Be all you
Want it to be. It's fun to be free.
Yes, sir.
On today's show, we are talking about characters in Walt Disney World. And, with Toontown closing in the Magic Kingdom last month, there's been a lot of changes with characters going on in Walt Disney World and where you can meet them. And we thought this might be a good opportunity to talk about meeting characters in Walt Disney World and where you can find the various characters. And I think it makes the most sense to start with the characters that have been evicted from Toontown. And because Toontown really was a hub of character meets because, there's quite a number that went on there. So, who's got that list over there? Is that Scopa or Len?
I got it.
Len's got it, too.
Len, go ahead, Len.
So the thing is, with the characters moving, they're scattered all over the place now, like they're in some sort of witness protection program. I don't know what they saw.
I like to see it. Well, it reminds me a lot of the diaspora, if I may be just reference to the place. They've been evicted from their holy land and have been, spread out throughout the known world.
The 12 tribes of fairies and princesses and
Exactly.
Other major characters have been cast aside, right? Exactly. They're all speaking in different languages right now. Soon there'll be a plague. Anyway, so here's the thing, right? So the big groups that have left Toontown were the princesses, the fairies, and Mickey and Minnie, right? And then some minor characters. Mickey and Minnie are actually all over the place right now. They're getting a semi-permanent meet and greet in Tomorrowland at the Tomorrowland patio, sort of next to Space Mountain. That's from park opening till a couple hours before the park closes. They're also able to be found at Frontierland, which is bizarre. Like I've heard that they've been testing stuff over in Frontierland, and also in Liberty Square. In Liberty Square, it's inside the Hall of Presidents, like inside the little lobby, but before you go into the show, the pre-show area. And then in the Frontierland, it's way in the back by where when you're coming out of Splash Mountain, there are those restrooms immediately to your left.
Right.
And then to your left. And then
Waka waka.
you walk a little bit, and there's sort of like a sort of an open area to your left, farther before you get to like the play area underneath the train station. They're back there.
Yeah, aren't they also? This is Mickey and Minnie we're talking about, right?
Mickey and Minnie, yeah. So Mickey and Minnie are all over.
Yeah, well, this is an interesting one. I've read that Disney's broken the cardinal rule of having multiple characters in the same spot in different places in the same park.
Yeah, so usually you can't find two of the same character in the same park at the same time. It's why you won't see Mickey doing a character greeting while the parade is running, because kids could conceivably see him in two places. So either they've mastered the art of teleportation,
or they've totally ripped the time-space continuum, the fabric of which
they figured out quantum teleportation. That's exactly it. That's my bet. I mean, it couldn't be like Disney's just got two characters. Yeah.
Doc Brown would not be happy about this.
So that's that. So that's where Mickey and Minnie. Now, eventually, they're going to be in on Main Street by the Exposition Hall, right?
Yeah, I've heard that they're going to be in the Exposition Hall, which is when you're walking into the Magic Kingdom. It's on your right-hand side.
That's right.
It's building right next to Tony's Town Square restaurant.
Exactly. And the interesting thing about that is eventually they're going to allow you to get fast passes to meet Mickey.
Now, if they do that, Len. Well, not the fast passes, but if they put them in Exposition Hall, that's going to eliminate your favorite nap spot in the Magic Kingdom.
I know. The place with the little movie theater with the 42 seats. That's beautiful. You can go semi-conscious there, I think. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. So a couple of other things. So the other, some of the other characters that got kicked out of out of Toontown but are still in the Magic Kingdom include the princesses. So most of the princesses can be found in Adventureland these days. I don't know why. Why Adventureland?
Perhaps it's a commentary on females as a whole. I'm just saying.
That they're an adventure?
They're an adventure. I have no idea why I think this is a case of open vacancy.
Hey, here's a spot. Exactly.
Nothing says Adventureland like princesses.
Let's try and read something into it. So they're over by Aloha Isle. Maybe they're getting Dole Whips. You know that there's that little gazebo-like area right past Aloha Isle on the right.
Probably near the Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse.
Exactly. Across the street from that. Those they're over there. That's from 9 a.m. until again a couple hours before park closing. Aladdin and Jasmine can be found by Magic Carpets of Aladdin. Yep. Pirate Goofy is occasionally over at the Pirates League in Adventureland too. I think those are all the characters in Adventureland, right?
Yes.
I believe so.
Yep.
Are they still doing the? They still doing the Princess Tiana?
She's and she's in that they call that area behind. You know where the Christmas shop is? There's an area behind there called the Glade, and that's where Princess Tiana and Princess Naveen will be.
The Glade.
The Glade. That's what it's called. The Glade.
It's a little like tree-lined area.
I think it's right before you cross over that bridge.
Yeah. No,
you're crossing overland.
That's another time-space continuum issue. More so because part of the Prince. Oh my God, the Princess and the Frog is set in post-Civil War Louisiana, and that area is pre-Revolutionary War.
Yeah. So you'll only have to buy 8 or 9 years.
Actually, post. I think it's 1780s. Whatever. Regardless, the point is it's off of about 100 years.
Maybe Princess Tiana's a vampire and she doesn't age.
Is Rapunzel has Rapunzel reached princess status? Is she a princess or is she not a princess?
I think Rapunzel's a princess, don't you?
Yeah. Well, if that's the case, she is not in Adventureland. She is where Storytime with Belle used to be. So Rapunzel I guess. So Rapunzel and Flynn Rider, I guess the guy's name is. Yeah. Has that meet and greet at that the Fairy Tale Garden, I guess that's called.
Oh, really? They're doing that there? Good.
Yep.
I don't know if you mentioned it on the show, but I really like Tangled.
I did too. I thought it was a great movie.
Yeah.
I think I saw it like 4 times.
Good. All right, show off.
What else is in? What else is? So, is there anything else in the Fantasyland area?
No, but I know some characters got the boot out of the Magic Kingdom completely.
The boot?
The fairies, right?
Yeah, Tinkerbell and her assorted United Nations friendly friends have been given the boot.
The boot?
They are over the boot. If you're in Canada, it's a boot.
The boot.
Right.
They're over in now. They're in Epcot once more.
What do the fairies have to do with Epcot, Matt? Please explain.
Flower and Garden Festival. That's basically the closest thing they've got. And from what I hear, that's a temporary home.
Oh, really?
Flower and Garden because after Flower Garden, there's absolutely zero connection to be made there. And Disney, even though they're quite adept at making up excuses to be put characters in places, I think even that it's going to be a real stretch for them. I haven't heard anything confirmed, so I wouldn't want to repeat anything, but I will just say that from what I hear, they will be on the move once again once Flower and Garden Festival is over, but that's not until, May or almost June.
So they are like the Wandering Tribes of Israel.
They are indeed. They started out over there when they made their debut at Pixie Hollow and Flower Garden Festival, I believe 2 years ago. And I was there. I remember I was there for a media event, and they made their whole debut. And then afterwards, after Flower and Garden was done, they moved them over to the Magic Kingdom, Toontown, which makes sense, obviously. And then afterwards, I think they're hoping for something. I don't know. It's not sure they have there's nothing written in stone yet in terms of contingency, but I suspect they'll be on the move once more after that.
I'm thinking studios.
Anywhere but
Or
Epcot.
deny your rumors.
They
cool.
they have I don't know how long they've had this, but they still have some characters in Fantasyland, and what they've done is they've placed them in where they should be. For instance, Pinocchio is at the Pinocchio Village House. You've got Alice and the White Rabbit near the Mad Tea Party. You've got Mary Poppins near the Carousel.
If you told me that you were seeing white rabbits by the Mad Tea Party, I would ask you what you were smoking. I'm like, seriously, the construction fumes are getting to you, yeah.
Or Jefferson Starship is in your iPod.
Oh, that's true, yeah. What are you
Who do you guess is near the wishing well?
Cinderella.
No.
Who?
I'm wishing.
Oh,
Sleeping Beauty.
Sleeping Beauty.
No way.
All right, whatever. I've never seen the movie. I know that's wrong.
What?
Yeah,
I've never seen it.
I'm with Len. I've never seen it either.
Yeah.
What?
I know.
Man, I wouldn't talk. You haven't seen The Legend of the Lion King.
What?
If
That's
Walt himself,
been out since the 30s.
if Walt himself came back, I might sit down and watch it. But
And-
he'd have to walk me through it.
I own it on Betamax, VHS, Laserdisc, and 1 or 2 versions on DVD, and I've never seen it.
Betamax. What?
All right. What about Tomorrowland? Who's left in Tomorrowland other than Mickey and Minnie?
Yeah, okay.
Buzz
I think Buzz Lightyear's over by what's that
Lightyear.
ride? Yeah, exactly.
Chippendale in the front of the
Chip and Dale? Are they
Yeah,
are
they-
they in spacesuits?
they're in front of that crazy stage. That's where they meet.
That's
Great
awesome.
people.
Is it?
And Stitches everywhere. Who knows? Let's see what
They also
else.
have characters that dance in the that Stitches thing that's left over.
Oh, that's miserable though.
Crossing the Golden Horseshoe is Davy Crockett, Donald Duck.
Davy Crockett.
It's about
You can meet Davy Crockett. Is that what you just said?
Davy
No, no.
Crockett, Donald
Duck dressed
Oh.
as
Davy Crockett.
Gotcha. About to say, wow.
That's impressive.
what?
All right, cool. Let's move on to we just briefly talked about Epcot.
Yeah, obviously we just mentioned that Tinkerbell and her friends are at Pixie Hollow for the duration, at least, of Flower and Garden Festival for 2011. You have the characters. Remember when Epcot had no characters on Principal?
At
Yeah,
Epcot?
back when
Yeah.
Disney had morals. Yeah, I remember that.
Whoa.
Those were the days.
Whoa. I was just watching an old video when Ronald Reagan was inaugurated for his second term. They had it at Epcot. And what's that?
don't like characters.
Well, they said the narrators at the time said that was the first time Mickey Mickey and Minnie were dressed up as Uncle Sam or whatnot, and they said that was the first time that a character was in Epcot, and that had to
Wow.
be 84, I guess, 1984 or 1985 actually.
We should blame Reagan. Is that what you're saying?
Well,
Yeah, that's true. He ruined it.
We know that the characters are sort of in Future World, but what are the characters that are available in each of the countries? They go by the appropriate character, right? So it's Mary Poppins in the United Kingdom. I know there's Remy. Is Remy still in France?
I believe he's there for lunch or
I'm
something.
sure there's another character we can think of that belongs in France.
Oh, that's right, Belle.
Belle and Beast. Aladdin and Jasmine are in Morocco. Mexican Donald is in Mexico.
Who's in Japan?
Mulan.
Sunny. No, Mulan is in China.
Yeah, Milan's Chinese, Mike.
Mulan and...
They don't have any characters in Japan, do they?
I don't think so. Not that I can think of, unless we're missing something fairly obvious.
You guys totally forgot that so and so is in Japan.
Yeah, we will totally forget
Yeah.
that too.
Germany is Snow White. she has her own dedicated meet and greet area. There's a little
That's right.
Yeah, there's a little
water
thing.
well.
I've
Yep.
never seen that movie.
And
What?
Norway has the princesses. Donald Duck. That's it for Epcot, right? For World Showcase.
Yeah, no one in Italy either. Oh, Morocco we already mentioned.
There are
Yeah.
no Italian characters.
Pinocchio.
And,
Pinocchio, yeah.
Canada
Pinocchio.
used to have. Actually, one thing I have noticed that they've done, I'm not sure if anyone else noticed this. If you go to World Showcase right at 11 o'clock when it opens, usually the first hour or two, if you walk in and you go, you know where the entrance to what used to be the International Gateway?
Mm-hmm.
They will have a cavalcade of assorted Disney characters over there that have nothing to do with anything. They'll have
Yes.
we're talking Splash Mountain characters,
That's just
basically
crazy.
whoever's on the bench. You know what I mean? It's
Coast
like, all right,
Girls.
yeah, you've got some weirdos that are out there that have nothing to do with Epcot or anything. But if you're looking for a character meet and greet with no lines, it's a great place to go because you go there right at 11 a.m. Park when the World Showcase opens. There's no one over there, and you can get some. There's just like 6 in a row. They're just all standing around, and you can get a good interview, a good meet and greet right there.
Nice.
What about at the studios, Mr. Hotchberg?
At the studios, Mr. Tessa, you have every character you could ever want that's worth seeing.
Brer Fox, Brer Rabbit,
Worth seeing.
Hey.
Wally,
And no one's got that. No one's.
Uncle Remus.
Uncle Remus.
You've got a lot of. Obviously, you're going to be heavy on the Pixar characters, so we'll start with those. You're going to be starting out with Buzz and Woody have their own dedicated meet and greet on Pixar Place.
Oh, just like
Have
the
you-
Magic Kingdom and Frontierland. Okay, go ahead.
You have the Cars meet and greet on the back lot, but this one, from what I hear, rumor has it that the Cars meet and greet will be going down for rehab soon to be adding a new character or characters from Cars 2. So expect to see not only Lightning McQueen and Tow Mater, but we don't know who's going to be added. You will be seeing some new faces and Cars.
Chevrolet.
The Green Army Men are on Pixar Place, and there's two kinds of Green Army Men you can meet. One is the Green Army Men that doesn't talk. They're the ones that they're like mimes almost. They pose and stuff. Then you have the sergeants are the ones that can talk, and they do a little skit. And you can obviously meet them still. Both are very entertaining, and I highly recommend them. They put on a really good show.
Well, I had a friend one time that referred to mimes as, quote, clowns that don't be talking.
Don't be talking.
He may have been drunk at the time. Go ahead.
Lotso Hugging Bear right now is still in the Magic of Disney Animation. Although I fully expect him to be replaced very soon with Winnie the Pooh although Winnie the Pooh already is there, but I don't know what they're going to do for the new Winnie the Pooh movie. Anyway, also inside the Magic Disney Animation is the Incredibles, and that's Mrs. Incredible, Mr. Incredible, and Frozone.
Ozone, yeah.
And who here has not said to their wife, "Where's my super suit?"
Oh, yeah, clearly. I mean, every day.
All right, I guess I'm the only one who thought that. All right, fine, I'm the only one who said that. And of
No,
course,
I've said it to your wife before. Go ahead.
and Monsters Inc. Oh my God, Mike Wazowski and Sully are available to meet in the back line. They have a dedicated meet and greet area back there.
That's Wazowski with one eye.
Wah, wah, wah.
You also have Mickey Mouse having a dedicated meet and greet, and he's located in the Magic Disney Animation. It's a fun one. He's dressed as Sorcerer Mickey there. Usually good to get to see him there. In front of the Sorcerer's Hut, you have your typical Disney characters, your Fab Five minus Mickey. You'll have Minnie, Chip and Dale, Goofy, Pluto, and some of the Winnie the Pooh characters, as I mentioned earlier. They're out there like Tigger, Eeyore, and Winnie the Pooh are really the three that I've seen out there. And rounding out, you also have the Playhouse Disney characters near. Well, now it's going to be Disney Junior live on stage, and as of right now, it's still Handy Manny, Little Einsteins, and I think that's it. That lineup may be changing with the new lineup for the new show. I mean,
Where do we find the Hunchback and Esmeralda? I haven't seen them around.
I believe if you were to ask Disney, I'm sure they would say they've gone back to Paris to.
You think you
Notre
find them in
Dame.
France, but no.
Yeah, the Notre Dame, yeah. Yeah, some characters just, a lot of characters, unfortunately, they don't make the cut. Like The Incredibles, for instance, have been around for a long time, even though their movies have been gone. But a lot of the characters, from recent films, they don't last very long, unfortunately. Fortunately or unfortunately, depending on I'm sure
Their
it's
career is only 4.5 years on average, and then they get cut.
Disney needs a better collective bargaining
right.
agreement.
Exactly.
You're gonna go up,
NFL
then
humor.
it's up to Judge Doty to decide.
But the good thing about meeting characters at the studios is usually this is the place to find the newest characters. from films. They like to, whatever the latest film is, usually they'll have the new characters debut over there. The exception being when they're princesses like Tiana or Sleep Beauty. Oh my God, from Tangled.
Rapunzel.
Rapunzel. They go over to the Magic Kingdom because the princesses can't be mingling with the commoners in the studios.
Exactly.
So that I think wraps that up for the studios, and that leaves us with Animal Kingdom.
Okay, so I'm just guessing here. The two major characters in the Animal Kingdom are Pocahontas and Rafiki.
I've seen Rafiki more times in the Magic Kingdom at the near Aloha Isle. I think I always see him over there. Him and
Really?
Yes, him and Timon. I almost see them all the time over there. Partially because Poke's there for meet and greets and what have you, and I see them. But I don't know why, but I always see them over there. I mean, it's eventually in some sense. Of course, they also have the Fab Five is available to meet in Camp Mini Mickey, and they're dressed up in adventure outfits.
That's right. Like they're going on safari. That's true. What else do you have there?
You have Mike Scopa's favorite character in Animal Kingdom, Mike.
My favorite character in Animal Kingdom?
Your favorite character. It's not a Disney character, but she is quite wonderful to look at if you can spot her.
Ah.
It's like we're playing Jeopardy here.
Yes,
Go ahead.
I know who you mean.
Okay. We had a little fumble on the hand.
She's she's delightful. She really is.
Why don't you tell our audience who we're talking about, Mike?
She's delightful. She's delightful. She's lovely. She's
delight.
Divine?
Delight. Divine.
Divine.
Divine. Who is
the mind is the first thing to go, really.
Yeah, really. Oh well.
She's delightful. She's divine. Divine is a character who is draped in a costume that gives her the appearance of being a vine, and it's not just a vine, but it's a very tall vine, and you can find her. Where does she hang out?
The walkway between Asia and Africa.
I think it's usually up against. I'm trying to think the name of the building, but she's usually up against the building, and she holds very still. Once in a while, she'll open her eyes and she'll move a little bit, but she's on stilts. She's very tall, and I haven't seen her in a while. I think that most likely you'll see her in the morning. I'm not sure if you'll see her in the afternoon.
What I like to do is I like to carry a cane with me, and as I walk along the walkway between Asia and Africa, I just swing the cane at various random sticks and poles and trees along the walkway. This way, it's easier to find her that way.
So, Len, are you able to swing that cane?
Yes.
Waka waka.
Waka waka.
So let's wrap this up with two questions for each of you. One, what character do you miss seeing that you can't see anymore? And two, what's your favorite character to meet these days in the parks? So, character that's no longer available. Because we have, I think over the years you've probably seen a character or two that we say, that guy was kind of fun. And the character that we do enjoy the most seeing in the parks these days.
Ooh, it's a good question. Who is it? Is it difficult to see? I heard rumors that at one time you were able to see Ursula from Little Mermaid, and I keep trying to get pictures of her for Hannah, but apparently you can't. I don't know if it's a complicated or extra large costume or whatever, but
she does live under the sea.
Yeah, I'm told she doesn't come out very often. The one that I'm excited to see now, Goofy apparently is just like all over the place these days, and he's fun to see.
He's like Charlie Sheen, just overexposed.
Exactly like Charlie Sheen.
Winning.
Why, has Charlie Sheen been in the news lately? I haven't seen that. All right.
My favorite character that's long gone, unfortunately, is Darkwing Duck. I always like seeing him.
Oh yeah, good one. Oh, yeah. Scrooge McDuck too, right?
Scroogey, I think I've seen him at like parties here and there. I can't remember the last time I've seen Darkwing Duck.
You've seen him at like parties in the park or like out in Orlando?
He's quite the party animal. You just see him out there. Hey, Scrooge, good to see you, Scrooge. No, he's at like the hard ticket parties at the Magic Kingdom. But I would say that the character that I enjoy the most right now, I gotta say, is the Sarge Green Army Men, so the ones that talk. They put on such a great show, and they're so funny because they interact with these kids, and they have these they're great at ad-libbing, and I really enjoy them quite a bit in terms of, and they make great photo opportunities because they'll do different poses. Like they'll do, they'll be like, all right, men, assemble. And like one will do like the minesweeper, one does the bazooka, and the next one's like, rifleman, medic. And then they do like, and of course, just for a goof, they'll do like, one's like disco, one will be like, something just completely off the wall. It's fun. They have fun with it. That's what really I like about them. What about you, Scopa?
All right. I guess I sort of miss Dreamfinder with Figment.
Ooh, that's a good one.
In Epcot. I haven't seen him in a long time, so that's. I always thought that was quite a talent to be able to pull that off. With Figment and Dreamfinder. Favorite characters? It's tough. I could say Belle. I do like the villains, but I think I'd say either Goofy or Pluto because I can always hound them with dog jokes.
What about you, Noel?
You know me, I'm not a fan of characters, so I don't really have a favorite.
Oh, come on. Embrace your inner child.
We got to remember that for the next reunion.
My favorite is Sunny Eclipse because he doesn't really bother you.
That's a good character. A lot of people do like seeing Sunny.
I do. He's great. He's awesome.
There's not a character, Mike, that you've heard about but you wish you would have seen at least once, maybe?
No, I run away from them.
Nice.
Okay, very nice. Well, that's going to do it for us today. I want to remind all of our listeners that if you are like Mike Newell and you're saying, oh man, those characters scare me, I need to retreat. I need a place of safety. I need to have my own little happy place. There's no better happy place than All-Star Vacation Homes because you're going to have your own private pool, movie theater, game room, full-size kitchen that you can relax in and go, character free. And you know what else is for you? Other people's annoying kids. It's your own private pool, your own private house. You get to have everything there with the privacy that you enjoy. And the best part about all of this is the price. You're really not going to be paying a whole lot. Check them out right now. Go to www.allstarvacationhomes.com. If you want to find our older episodes, read our show notes, or send us your comments, you can visit us online at wdwtoday.com. For Len Testa, Mike Scopa, and Mike Newell, I'm Matt Hochberg. We'll see you on the next show.
Stupid Judy, stupid energy.
This has been a production of Mouse World Radio.